Strange one for me this tonight, City against Dortmund, Borussia Dortmund, because as some of you will know, because of my mum being born in Gelsenkirchen, my second team is Schalke. Schalke are the arch rivals of Dortmund. Incidentally, the two teams playing their derby this coming weekend. So for me, a victory against Dortmund for City is probably going to be even more special if it happens. But the added twist tonight is the return of, well, not the return, but the playing against of Erling Haaland against his former team, and obviously there could be another former Dortmund, or two former Dortmund players in the City team playing against them tonight. We haven't seen the team as I record this, so it's a big occasion. It's the Champions League. If City were to win tonight, I'm pretty sure that having won in Seville and then win again tonight, you'd have to say, I know statistically they won't have, but they have 1 foot with 2 games against Copenhagen coming up in the knockout stage of the competition. But football being football, you can never tell. As ever, I'll be busy today. I'm working for Sunny 6 in India. So after the match, I'll try and get some reaction. I'll do my best, but it's a bit harder for me tonight. But before the game, I can certainly talk to different people from different places with different stories to tell. So let's see who's here tonight and what stories they've got to tell me. So it's tonight all about Haaland?
You'd think so, like, but it's not just a one-man show these days, is it? We've got 11 great players there who will be out on the pitch. But the focus will be on Haaland with it being his old club as well tonight, so yeah.
And obviously the Champions League gets a mixed opinion from some City fans. Some absolutely desperately want it, others say not bothered about it. Where are you on that?
I'd love it, I would love it, just it's the one we're missing now. So yeah, it's hard to say. People say they prefer the Premier League over the Champions League, which in ways yes, but the Champions League, it's the bread and butter in it. It's the main one, it's the big one, it's the one we've not got.
Are they going to get it this year with Haaland?
I hope so, I do hope so. We get closer every year. Last year we was on the brink of the final again, and then it just crumbled in the last 5-6 minutes, so hopefully we can go all the way this year.
It's going to be a tight one. Hopefully we'll do it. I reckon 2-1.
They know all about Haaland, so
yeah.
more capable of stopping it than anybody else.
There again, he's an hard player to stopping it.
Yeah, so even though they've got the inside knowledge and he played alongside him, you don't think they can stop him?
No, I don't think they will.
Tony, nice to see you. Big night again, Champions League. Is it all about Haaland, do you think, tonight?
Well, it'd be nice. I mean, he's coming off the back of a couple of recent hat-tricks. I'm sure he's got this in his mind to put one over his old team. It'd be interesting to see how he does against his old team. Is he going to try too hard? Not often that backfires, but he's a class striker. He's already proven that. He scored goals wherever he's gone, and let's hope today's no different for him.
If you were playing in goal for Dortmund today, were you worried about him?
No, I'd try and flatten him as first chance, but that's hard. Look at the size of him. No, he's to be fair, the Dortmund players know his game inside out, so have they got an advantage? Difficult player to mark, isn't he? He's a world-class striker. So I'm sure the goalkeeper's been thinking about his style of play, that lethal left foot of his, what will be, will be.
And Edison's learnt his goalkeeping, footballing skills from you, hasn't he?
Oh no, I think the only comparison is we've got a left foot. I was left-footed, he's left-footed, and he's slightly better than what mine ever was.
To be honest, it's my first game in over 2.5 years, 3 years since the Vinny K testimonial, and I'm feeling a bit emotional, to be honest. I feel like I'm going to step in there and cry. Like my uncle and my dad are going to meet me in a bit. I'm looking forward to the game itself. City are just amazing to watch.
What's the reason you haven't been for so long then?
I've been living in China in a city called Dongguan near to Shenzhen. I've actually been trapped there. It's took a long time to get the flights back and everything, and I've had to bring my dog. My dog's a rescue dog, part of the family. He's a blue. He's been up here this week already walking and having a look around and sniff around city. So yeah, so it's amazing to be back.
So you've been working out there, and now you've
Yeah.
just decided it's time to come back to
Yeah.
enjoy this success City are having.
Let's just say I left in 2014, and it just felt like the right time to go and do something around the world and live a bit before coming back. And I thought I'd be out there for 6 months, and I enjoyed it a lot and spread the City message through supporters clubs out there, Shenzhen Blues, and met some amazing people out there. Don't regret it, but home is home, and it always calls you back. And yeah, can't wait.
Excited about seeing Haaland tonight then?
I'm excited about seeing them all. I'm excited about seeing the subs bench. It's one of them. Haaland's prolific. He's got so much potential still, and against his old club, should be a nice night. Should be a battle.
I think it'll be a closer game than most people think, but I think 3-1 to us.
The fact that they know all about Haaland, does that mean they could stop him a bit tonight then?
Potentially, yeah, because obviously he was at Dortmund for a good few years, so they're going to know him inside and out. So yeah, potentially he could cause some problems for him.
Imagine how good the celebrations are going to be if he scores. Though.
I think it'll blow up. I think if Haaland scores, definitely, yeah. Hopefully he does. Hopefully another hat trick.
I don't know, it seems like a special season this time. There's something special, and I actually think we're going to win the Champions League this season. And each game, it just seems like there's a magic there each game, and it's every game you just look forward to, every game.
And this one's a bit different because potentially we could have 3 former Dortmund players playing against Dortmund.
Yeah, so I just hope they play the way they've been playing and not take the foot off the gas. But yeah, it's going to be an exciting game.
And obviously Haaland's the one you want to see score tonight, isn't he?
Alvarez.
He likes
Alvarez, you're a bit of an Alvarez fan.
Yeah.
Well, it shows City have got 2 very special strikers at the moment, haven't they?
Yeah. Magic players, aren't they?
Absolutely. So who's going to score tonight then? Which one of the other
Haaland
2?
hat-trick. Haaland and Mahrez.
And not Alvarez.
Not Alvarez, he's probably benched.
Enjoy the game.
Cheers, Ian. We're thinking
2-0. 2-0.
2-0? No, it's got to be 4-0. Come on, Mr. Cheeseman.
Of course, City.
It's a pleasure to meet the main man. You're only
The
my
main
second
man,
favourite after Sean Goater.
Thank you. The main man though at the moment is Haaland, so is he going to do it tonight?
I think
I reckon
100%.
A goal and assist. Goal and assist.
Because he'll enjoy it tonight against his old team,
100%.
won't he?
100%.
I'm thinking 4 to 5, mate. But
So even though they could know how to stop him because they trained with him, he's still confident he'll do
he's
it
just so
tonight.
good, isn't he?
He's a robot, isn't he?
beast, isn't he?
He's going to score, isn't he? He's going to score. He's going to score. 100%. No doubt.
Enjoy the game, enjoy your
Anyway,
fight.
nice to meet you, Mr. Cheeseman.
Come on then, Goater. For the City.
Haaland hat-trick, it's got to be. It's got to be. I think coming up against his old club, he's got a lot to prove. Gundogan, he's back in the yellow and black, but I think defensively it'll be interesting for us tonight. I think last couple of weeks we've been tentative at the back, so I feel like a good defensive play will be good for us. But good to have City back tonight. It's what we want to see.
And obviously we have an insider in the camp playing in defence today who was playing for Dortmund. You think that'll make a difference?
I feel like Pep's got that covered. I feel like all those messages have been sent. I was reading about when they were watching the draw and Gundogan turned to Haaland and said, "Oh, we've got Dortmund," and he just went, "Oh, good." So I think that'll do us over 2 legs.
We will now see the moments that's on their life and their legacy. For the minutes of silence, which will begin and end in the referee's whistle.
Listen, it was an entertaining game first half. I think both teams had half chances, never really creating great opportunities or clear-cut opportunities. I don't think both keepers didn't really make a lot to deal with or make good saves.
I think City just need to up that tempo a little bit. You know, really, instead of forcing passes, look to really create opportunities to find that explosiveness of Haaland running in behind, De Bruyne getting on it, Mahrez running into the box and getting his shot off, Grealish also. But I think it's an entertaining game. You know, you've got to be careful because I think Dortmund have shown 2 or 3 little bits of quality where they can get in behind and they can expose the wide areas of Man City. But all in all, I think City's out, but I think they'll be a little bit frustrated.
How good's Haaland? You're a striker.
Fantastic. He's the best. Like I've been saying to everybody who's asked me, his explosiveness, his power, his finishing, is second to none. You know, it's one of the best you see. But do you know what? I think when you talk about Haaland, you're looking at him and you're seeing him not really make many touches of the ball in halves. But when he does, he's really with intent and with power. And as a striker, looking at him and thinking he's got everything.
Very flat in the first half and for bits of the second half, but I felt like we got into our stride not just with the substitutions, but I've been watching Dortmund over the last few weeks and they did seem to play very, very flat in those last 10 or 15 minutes of the game. And I think we took advantage of that and we exploited it big time. John Stones, where did that come from? Has he had his Vinny Company moment a little bit too early in his career? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Hopefully we're not in a position where we need to rely on that again, but we'll have to wait and see what happens. Seb, what's your review on that game, mate? Fellow Sydney Blues still in town.
I was sat up the back just enjoying it, soaking it in, drinking it in, and man, that was amazing. What the hell? We were behind, remember? It was just, okay, the fuck. And then we came back, we fired up, and man, I have to say, after the last game, bliss. It's like when you drink the tap water and then you eat the cheese. We ate the cheese tonight.
And what a way for old mate Sebastian over here to sign off as well too. He's had a fantastic run of games. Haaland's bagged him every time we've watched him play. A lot of guys back home have said he's not allowed to go home, but maybe this international break is a blessing in disguise. We'll have to wait and see, but everybody back home, of course, thank you so much. I know you're listening and watching Cheesy's vlogs, and we appreciate all the positive love and support as well, but we cannot wait to be back here anyway.
Well, it's lovely to see, but I've got to ask you finally about Haaland. I mean, I certainly expected him to score. I know it was a great ball by Cancelo, but the acrobatic nature in which he's stretched up stands him out as just a phenomenal goal scorer, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we may on a rare occasion have seen this from Aguero, but Aguero would do it in his own sort of special way because he's just a different type of player. He's a different builder player. He's raised and he's born in a different style of football from the other side of the world. But what we're seeing here is like Cirque du Soleil football. We're just seeing it from all different angles, from every limb that doesn't count, bloody getting a foul. So this guy's absolutely special. I don't want to go home myself either. I've got Wolves away, and I think I don't know, I'm worried it's like if we go home, we're going to break the streak, but we're like, thank God there's an international break, so maybe we're not going to be the jinx or something. So who knows? I don't know, but this guy's absolutely amazing. And again, I said on your vlog after the Forest game, guys, anybody in Sydney's listeners, get over here because he's bagging them by the dozen. Get over here and do it because it's going to be worth the 22 hours in the plane.
Truly special.
Come on, City!
Second half come back very, very strong. We lacked pace, I think, and Dortmund punished us. If they had Haaland playing tonight, I think they'd have run away with it a little bit. Bellingham was excellent, as we all know, but we needed pace. We injected that with Silva and Foden coming on. Obviously, Alvarez changed the pattern of the game. And I think we just done it in time, really. I'd have probably took a point at one point, so to come out with 3 at the end, good on City for changing it.
2 great goals, weren't they?
Oh, I mean, Stones is never going to score a goal like that. He'll be dreaming about that for the rest of his life. Like a Vinny Company moment, really, I thought that one. And again, Haaland gets on the end of everything, so if we put the ball in the right areas, he's going to get 40 or 50 this season. That's not an exaggeration, I think it's going to happen.
Yeah, it was a good game. I thought Haaland's finish was amazing, both from Cancelo at the end. I thought we started flat, but we finished the game really well. Overall, good 3 points.
I mean, we're going to sail through the group, don't you think?
Yeah, we should do. It's quite comfortable. I think we should comfortably beat every team. I think win the first 4 games, we'll rest for the last 2 games, I think we'll be fine.
There are a lot of people before the game saying this could be City's season. Are you that excited, or are you just taking it one game at a time?
One game at a time, like I said. Real Madrid last season. It's harsh, but yeah, hopefully it's our season this season.
So I think City controlled a lot of parts of the game, especially in the first half, but I think the final third was a struggle for them. Dortmund were very good, very abrupt in the final third. When they got their goal, I did say to Toby at 60th minute-ish, I said, hang on a minute, let's make a few tweaks. And to be fair to City, they came back, and as soon as they got the first, you knew that the second goal was going to come. So typical City, you could say, at the moment. So yeah, no.
Tweaks worked.
They did work, so all gratitude and praise to Pep, I suppose.
It was a bit flat in that first half. We were sitting there wondering, is this going to be a bit of a 0-0? But that second half, I mean, we weren't great. Bellingham got the goal, and I sort of sitting there, wondering, is this our game where we lose? But this is the difference between us last season and this season now, is that we're able to go and get those goals to go and win us the game. And it was a fantastic goal by John Stones. I honestly thought, where I was sitting, I honestly thought it was a deflection, but it was an amazing goal when I just watched it back. And then Haaland, I mean, we've said it, every single goal he scores, whether it's a tap-in, whatever he is, he gets in the right position, the right time, in the right space. And how he got his leg that high to score that, I have absolutely no idea. But he's the man that goes and saves us again, and it's 2-1. And I actually think about us this year. I look at a game like this and a game like Crystal Palace. I don't think we win games like that last year. The difference is Erling Haaland, and wow, I mean, incredible. And now we've got 2 games against Copenhagen now, and I think if we get those 2 wins, I think that's us through.
Well, another victory for City and another Haaland wonder goal. I mean, I know it wasn't long range, that was the John Stones wonder goal, but the way that Haaland got up in the air from that fantastic Cancelo cross, you just wonder how many players could do that. It was on the wrong side of his body, stretched up with his left foot. He is a goal-scoring phenomenon. I think some of the fans afterwards summed it up. I think the team selection in the end, personally, wasn't quite right, but once the changes were made, then he got it right, and City were victorious in the end. And I think that victory now means that with 2 games against Copenhagen on the way, that the group should be very, very winnable for City. On they go to Wolves now. Thanks very much to the RRG Group, who of course are car garages all around the Greater Manchester area, particularly Toyota. Also thanks to Timpson and to Howard Solicitors, who are based in Ashton and Stockport, for their support, and to everybody who contributes. And to that person there for waving as well. So thanks very much to everybody. Have a great week. See you at Wolves if you're down there. If not, don't forget to watch the vlog. And Joe Royal will be on the audio podcast this week, former City striker and manager, so that should be good. Don't forget, if you've not already seen it, Paul Lake was on the last one. We had a bit of a problem with iTunes, but it's there now, and it's still very relevant. Thanks very much for watching. Isn't it great to be a Blue?